Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Teresa Woodard with your headlines from North Texas. We are getting new details after a house fire killed one person and seriously injured another. It happened just before midnight Friday in Watauga. Richard Solomon found neighbors ready to help a family heal after tragedy.
Still smell it.
The smell's still lingering hours after the flames were put out. Watauga firefighters got the call just after 11 Friday night. This video was taken by next-door neighbors. You can see the flames coming from the home on McNeil Trail as crews rushed in.
Once you walk up to it, it looks pretty bad.
Watauga Fire says one person died and another was taken to the hospital.
My heart's heavy to know that someone's lost their life.
By Saturday, the scene had quieted, but the impact hadn't. That's why Charles Bowen stopped by.
Probably 10 shirts that I brought. I've got some pants.
Because he saw a post on Facebook asking for help for the person who survived, and he acted.
And felt in my heart that that's what I needed to do.
Now, investigators are still trying to figure out what exactly led up to the fire. We do know this investigation is led by the Tarrant County Fire Marshal's Office.
We learned from investigators there is no foul play suspected. Investigators are not releasing the name of the person who died at this time, but as we wait for answers, others just hoping their acts of kindness help. In Watauga, I'm Richard Solomon.
A criminal case will move forward against the men accused of kidnapping and robbing rapper Gucci Mane in Dallas. A federal judge just made that ruling Friday. Prosecutors say several rappers came to a meeting in January at a recording studio in Dallas. Gucci Mane was expecting to talk business with Pooh Shiesty, whose real name is Lontrell Williams Jr. Investigators say Williams brought several others and was armed with a gun. He is accused of forcing Gucci Mane to sign a paper releasing him from the label's record deal. The group allegedly robbed the artist and others of their jewelry and cash. But one of the defendant's attorneys had this to say.
I just hope that people will wait to pass judgment on Rodney and these other individuals until all the facts come out.
Prosecutors claim the suspects went to Pooh Shiesty's apartment in Frisco after the robbery. He has not yet appeared in court, but could face life in prison if he is convicted. Parents in Keller claim a special ed teacher pinned a 4-year-old girl on a mat for several minutes. The girl is largely nonverbal. The district confirms police have arrested that teacher. Scoop Jefferson spoke with her family.
I was in shock.
That is my baby.
A Keller family now demanding answers after their 4-year-old, largely nonverbal daughter, diagnosed with autism, was allegedly restrained in her classroom. Her parents say for nearly 10 minutes, crying out for help. Jennifer Brown says she snapped this photo the same day, sent it to the teacher, Miss Charisse Newport, a gut feeling something was not right.
When she came out of school and she looked peaked.
In this Keller ISD summary of the incident, the district wrote, Miss Newport restricted the movement of the student by placing one hand on each of the student's shoulders and preventing her from sitting up, stating the reason the student would not lay down to take a nap. Mom and Dad says the school notified them a week after the incident. They took the matter to both CPS and Keller PD, eventually demanding accountability. They say initially a Keller police sergeant told them this.
He said, just take it with a grain of salt.
Who they say has since apologized. Now, WFAA has learned Keller police arrested Miss Newport on a felony charge of unlawful restraint.
We don't restrain none of our kids.
The district statement to WFAA says Keller ISD has been notified of the arrest. This matter was initiated by law enforcement and we are cooperating fully. Due to personnel and legal considerations, we are unable to provide further details at this time. The Browns say because of what happened to their daughter here at Shady Grove Elementary, they want to send a message to all school parents.
But if you feel something's wrong, then it probably is.
The Browns say their daughter is enrolled in a different school.
I don't want no other kid have to go through what my daughter went through.
As they continue pushing for answers. In Keller, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
A church in Whitney, Texas, which is in Hill County, held Easter services less than a week after a massive fire destroyed the sanctuary. Fort Graham Baptist Church burned Tuesday night, sparked by an ATV that was parked outside that caught fire. At least 3 firefighters were injured. Now, despite all of the damage, volunteers and members of the congregation worked to restore a portion of the building in time for Easter Sunday service.
Hope still remains, right? Like the building is not the church. We know that, right? Like we're the church, but to see that the cross still stands and it's just a beautiful reminder, right? That God was with us even in that.
The state fire marshal's office does not suspect foul play. Rising country music star Ella Langley is becoming a bit of an icon. At just 26 years old, the singer-songwriter has already had several top 40 hits. And now this Alabama native is showing Texas a whole lot of love. Richard Solomon stopped by the bar in Fort Worth that is featured in her new music video.
It's one of the hottest songs in the country. Ella Langleys, choosing Texas. And when it came time to bring it to life, she chose Fort Worth.
It made every memory of mine come to life about how I feel about this place.
The music video shot center stage here at the Stagecoach Ballroom,
Stress, but there's good stress.
where owner Jean and her daughter Julia say it all started with a phone call back in March.
It was so much so fast from that Friday to that, then we started filming in 2 weeks.
The family has owned the ballroom since the mid-1970s, keeping its authentic Texas feel. And they say that's exactly what the music star was looking for.
She was very pleasant when we did meet her.
They were wonderful people, down to earth, just as sweet as they could be.
Over 3 days, Julia says they transformed the ballroom into a full production set, bringing in big names from across the country music world.
We kind of suspected that Miranda Lambert would be here.
Luke Grimes and Wade Bowen and Casey Donahue, and I can't even list all of the bull riders.
Langley's sophomore album, Dandelion, releases next Friday. The music video, which just dropped on YouTube Wednesday, has 3.8 million views. That's millions of people getting a glimpse of a place that means so much to this family.
I just started crying because it's just wonderful.
Because for them, it's more than just a music video. It's a piece of Texas now shared with the world. And next Friday, when her album drops, Stagecoach Ballroom will be one of 8 places in the entire world where you could come for a listening party. In Fort Worth, I'm Richard Solomon.
Very cool. Those are your headlines from North Texas.